Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Earth Twister, and I'm excited to be bringing you a Kitty Pride Shadowcat deck in leadership. And of course, we will be taking on the very formidable Juggernaut. So we'll be taking him on here in just a minute. So before we get started with that, if you guys wouldn't mind scrolling down to the bottom, checking out the description, looking at those other amazing, fantastic Marvel Champions content creators. And while you're down there, you might as well leave a like and a comment. Really appreciate it, you guys. Hey, and if you're brand new, you might as well smash the subscribe button. All right, so let's check out this deck real quick. So the purpose and goal of this deck, as I was thinking about it, was I wanted to use for Shadowcat's form changing. So we're going to be using the solid and phased forms as our form changes quite a bit. So we're going to be wanting to check those out and see what they're doing for us. But then the next thing was I wanted to use Morale Boost and Moxie, as well as a little bit of lead from the front to get things kind of moving for us. So Morale Boost is going to give us a +1 thwart, attack, and defense, as well as Moxie. Both of those are going to give us that each for the entire round. So we could potentially get, if we play both a Morale and a Moxie, we could potentially get a +2 on all of our stats, which is pretty great. That would make me hit for 4 instead of just 2, or thwart for 4 instead of just 2, which would be amazing. Now, on top of that, I would have lead from the front, which would hopefully help us get some of our allies that will be out there buffed up, as well as myself. So getting those things going is going to be really, really cool. But on top of that, because we're going to be buffing our stats, we're going to want some readies. So I've got 3 copies of Ready to Rumble and 3 copies here of Shadowcat Surprise, which I really didn't have a choice for that one being in my deck, but it's there. Which will allow me to deal 3 damage and then ready my hero. So getting a few extra readies with Ready to Rumble and Shadowcat Surprise will be really, really big. Now, if you're trying to play a lot of 2-cost cards from your hand, even 1 and 2-cost cards, you're going to miss out on some things unless you have some good ways to pay for it. So, of course, we have Solid, which will generate a physical resource for attack or defense events. So we'll be able to use that for some of our other stuff that we've got going on. But then to help us pay for everything else, we will be doing quite a bit of card draw. We have Avengers Mansion, Moira McTaggart, Kitty's Room, and then the Quick Shift, which could potentially help us draw a couple of cards each time we're getting attacked. But to also help us pay for everything, we of course have Helicarrier, X-Jet, 2 copies of the Power of Leadership, and then the doubles, which will be fantastic in helping us get some more things out. But alongside that, Beast is going to be getting us a resource card every time we play him. And then Pixie will be getting us an ally back to our hand every single time that we play her. Kid Omega and Cyclops are just going to be helping us deal a little extra damage, or Kid Omega may actually help us with some threat. And then the same here with Lockheed for the Kid Omega stuff. That's pretty much the gist of the deck. Is we're going to be trying to buff our stats and ready a lot. I have not tried this out yet, but I feel like it's just going to be a good time. Even if we lose, I feel like it's still going to be a good time. Oh, I forgot to mention Go All Out. We have these here as maybe like a final push. We have all of our stats buffed, maybe from Moxie and Morale Boost, and we're just ready to go hit one big hit against Juggernaut. And I think if we're able to get Morale and a Moxie and do and Go All Out, we're going to be hitting so hard. At least 12 points for 2 cost. So that could be really cool. We'll see what happens. But for now, let's go ahead and take a look at the scenario. So as far as scenarios go, this one is pretty straightforward. Juggernaut is going to be smacking us as hard as he can. And he's going to be trying to get threat on his scheme as well. We do have a max of 7 that can go on here, but even if it schemes out, we don't lose the game at that point, which is great. We just remove all threat and then place a momentum counter on Juggernaut, flip the Juggernaut's exposed. So I think this is a flipping attachment here, which we'll look at here in a minute. And then he's going to attack us after this schemes out. So we're going to want to make sure that that does not scheme out in the slightest. So looking at Juggernaut here, he has a 1 scheme, 3 attack. He will be getting +1 for each momentum counter that he has on him. And then when this is revealed, so at the start of the game, we are going to give him a tough status card and place a momentum counter here. So that's going to be kind of rough. And then when he flips again, we'll have to see what happens there in the scenario as we play it. Of course, I normally play with Standard 1, but today I decided to do Standard 3. We are doing Expert. This is actually the first time I'm playing Juggernaut and Expert. So stick around if you want to see me lose. I might win still. I don't know. We'll see. Of course, we have our obligation to deal with this flipping attachment here. When he is with the helmet, he has Stalwart and his attacks gain overkill. So using our allies to defend is not going to really be effective. And then I can spend 3 resources of the same type to remove each momentum counter from Juggernaut and flip this card. So that may be really good, really worth it if he has a lot of momentum counters on him. Now when it is flipped, he'll take 1 additional damage for each card with a printed mental resource, which is actually a really cool thing. I like that a lot that they did that. And then after Juggernaut schemes, I place a momentum counter on Juggernaut and flip this card. So we're not going to be wanting to flip down a whole ton if we can avoid it. Now he's got this other attachment, Head of Steam, so he's going to have Retaliate X, where X is the number of momentum counters on Juggernaut. Again, we're going to want to keep those way down. And then we attach the Head of Steam to Juggernaut and place 1 momentum counter on him when this is revealed, so he'll at least have Retaliate 1. And then after he attacks me, I can spend a resource for each damage dealt by the attack to discard this card. So we are going to want to keep that down and not take much damage. We have 2 copies of Trample. So when I'm an alter ego, I'll take 2 indirect damage, and then when it's revealed, Juggernaut's going to attack the ally with the fewest remaining hit points, which could be Hope Summers here, who is actually a additional way to lose the game. So if she leaves play, we lose. So I do get to have an extra ally, which as I buff stats, that won't change hers at all. So she's going to be a 2/2/3, which is actually pretty good for an ally. So I just want to make sure she never disappears from the scenario. Make sure she never leaves play. She does not take consequential damage, which is really big too. We'll have these 3 schemes to deal with. Building momentum. After you defend against an attack from Juggernaut, remove a threat from this scheme. It has 3 threat on it. It won't be too big of a deal. 2 acceleration tokens. Captive Hope, that's going to remove Hope from play. Not really. It's going to just exhaust her and she won't be able to ready. But for all intents and purposes, remove her from play. But we just don't lose. With 1 acceleration token, and then making green going to come in with 4 threat, and then each copy of Creeping Willow gains Surge, and we get an additional encounter card. And there are 4 copies of Creeping Willow, which are a guard, quick strike, minion, and then after they attack and damage a character, stun that character. It's not super great. If I've already defended and they come out, we will be getting stunned. And of course, Black Tom Cassidy is going to be our other minion. He is elite, he is villainous, which is really not great. And he cannot take damage while a Creeping Willow, one of those 4, is in play. And when he's revealed, we search the deck and discard pile for 1 copy of Creeping Willow and put it into play. So it's not when revealed, it gets put into play. Engaged with me, which is not great. Of course, Expert Breakthrough is going to be another treachery that we'll be dealing with. I can either take damage equal to Juggernaut's attack or discard the highest cost upgrade or support I control. That's not going to be fun to deal with. And then I can either choose to either take damage to Juggernaut's attack, equal to Juggernaut's attack, or place 1 momentum counter on him. It's going to all depend on what I'm able to do with the helmet. And then the players as a group take indirect damage equal to Juggernaut's attack, which could be really bad. And then Kyrax Exemplar. In Expert mode, this card gains Insight 1, so it's going to be placing a threat there on the scheme when it comes out. And then if Juggernaut is exposed is in play, we flip it, so it's going to go from exposed to the helmet. And then we place a momentum counter on Juggernaut. Otherwise, place threat on the main scheme equal to Juggernaut's attack. And then we have the last treachery. Each copy of Creeping Willow attacks the player it is engaged with, even if that player is an alter ego form. And then if I was not attacked this way, search the encounter deck and discard pile for a copy of Creeping Willow and reveal it. So this is actually going to be a pretty tough scenario. Kitty Pryde does not have that much health, but we're hoping to not be taking a whole ton of damage because we'll be trying to end each turn in her phased form, I believe. All right, so that is the scenario. I'm going to go ahead and take it down to the table. and get everything set up, and I'll meet you down there. Okay, guys, this is attempt number 3. You will not have seen attempt 1 or 2, but I am just going to keep a log of how many times I have tried this. I'm going at it with the same deck. I feel like it's going to work. I've had a few good plays happen. Things just haven't worked out for the villain phase. Juggernaut gets a little too strong, especially once I flip him. So let's see how well we do this time. If this doesn't go well, I may have to make some changes. So again, this is attempt number 3, and let's see how well it goes. All right, so we have got, let's get this shuffled up. Hopefully, maybe it's a shuffle, you know, maybe the shuffle is just garbage. Threat should be at 1. Let's make sure we got everything else. Search scene counter deck and discard pile for head of steam and reveal it. Oh, that's side 3. Side 2, place a momentum counter here, and then we give him a tough. He's at 21 health. I'm at 9. Let's see who outlives the other. Start by drawing up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so start. I don't want stat boost. X-Jet's good. Quick Shift would be a good defense card. Guess we could try to hold on to it. Power of Leadership. Yeah, we'll get rid of these 3. Phase Strike. Go all out. And Lockheed. Okay. Not at all what I wanted, but is what it is. Oh, let's flip back down to Kitty Pryde, because that's where I would start. I don't want to flip my form. I don't think anyways. Yep, so let's go ahead and we'll flip up. Hope will attack to knock off the tough. I will attack for 2, take him down to 19. And flip to phased form. Go all out. The Power of Leadership and phase strike will be 3 resources. Ooh. To pay for the X-Jet. 1, 2, 3, all what is it? Energy resources, I'll say. To pay for Juggernaut's helmet, to flip this and remove each momentum counter from him. I think that's a good start. I kind of wanted to get Lockheed in, but I did need to flip this. So we'll ready and draw up to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Threat will go up by 1. Juggernaut will attack for 3 plus a boost. I will defend and phased. 3, 4, and I get stunned. Okay. Then encounter card is drawing nearer. Oh, that stinks. So at the start of my turn, discard the top card of my deck. It's Pixie. And I put a pursuit counter on Pursued by the Past. Now I have to flip down and discard an identity specific card. Might be worth one. Wait. I defended and phased, so this is solid now. We'll do Genius and X-Jet to pay for phased and confused. Then I'll use these as 2 resources to pay for Kid Omega, just to bring him in. And he'll thwart 2 off of the scheme. He'll take a consequential. I hate leaving this in, but I think it's going to be best to prevent him from attacking and then from scheming. So, I'm stunned, so I can't flip this form. That is okay. We'll just ready and draw. 2, 3, 4, 5. Moira, Acute Control, Shadowcat Surprise, Quick Shift, and Airwalk. Okay. Threat goes up by 1. Juggernaut would attack, but he's phased and confused. So this gets discarded, and he is confused. Encounter card. Trample. Juggernaut attacks the ally with the fewest remaining hit points. That's Kid Omega. So he's going to attack for 3, 6. That defeats Kid Omega. Sorry, my son is having a hard time, so I may have to pause here. But that was the encounter phase, so I will come back. He's settling down, I think. So we'll try to do the hero phase. I will attack to clear my stunned. And then Hope will attack for 3. She does 3 because of the Juggernaut exposed. Then I will use Acute Control to pay for Airwalk to clear the threat. And then I will flip down and discard Shadowcat Surprise to get rid of Drawing Nearer, which I should have discarded the top card of my deck to give in another one there. And then I'm going to use nothing. So I have to pause here. Okay, we are back. I believe this was the end of the player phase. So I had these 2 cards in hand. I think I was going to use X-Jet. Well, I can't because I'm in Alter Ego. So, yeah, we'll just ready and draw. 3, 4, 5, 6. We got Beast, 2 Ready to Rumbles, a Helicarrier, Quick Shift, and Moira. Alright, so threat goes up by 1. Juggernaut would scheme, but he's confused. And our encounter card is a Creeping Willow with Guard and Quick Strike. That's not that bad. Let's see. I think I will do... let's hold on to the Quick Shift, maybe. I think we're going to get rid of our readies here, so I'll use 2 Ready to Rumbles to pay for Moira. Now, I don't know how helpful she'll be throughout the whole thing, but flipping up now, she'll get us an extra card. The Strength. That would be good, except... yeah, X-Jet and Strength. We'll go ahead and pay for a Helicarrier. Then... man, I hate the Creeping Willow being there. But I'll go ahead and both of us will attack the Creeping Willow to defeat it, get rid of it, and then we'll ready and draw up to 5. 2, 3. But I would have attacked and flipped. 4, 5. Okay. But we'll go up by 1. Juggernaut will attack for 3 plus a boost. I will quick shift, which will allow me to draw 2 cards. And I'll take no damage because it is a defense and I'm in phased form. So he's attacking for 6. I take none of that. Perfect. And then encounter card. I would have, since I defended, I do flip this to solid. Trample. Juggernaut attacks the ally with the fewest remaining hit points. It is hope. So I would have to defend here. So I will defend the attack then. He'll attack for 3, 4, 5, 6. I defend for 2. I take 4, so I go down to 5. And I can switch to phased if I want to. I don't think so, because I don't need to boost my stats at this point. Okay. My turn. I want to hold on to that. We could do... Getting an ally down would be helpful. Is it more helpful than consistent card draw? Do 4. Yeah, we'll do 4 resources to pay for Beast. Beast will come in and give me my energy back. Then Helicarrier, X-Jet, and Energy will pay for the Avengers Mansion. The Avengers Mansion will draw me a card. Shadowcat Surprise, which I can't pay for. So Shadowcat Surprise will pay for an Airwalk to remove the last 2 threat there. Beast and Hope will attack him for 3 each, technically. So that'll take him down to 10. And this is sketchy, but I'm going to flip down so that I can heal next turn. Okay, so we're ready and drop to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Almost don't want to heal, but I will. So the threat will go up by 1. Juggernaut will scheme for 1, 4. So it sends him up to 5. When he schemes, place a momentum counter on Juggernaut and flip this card. And then it's master plan. So there are no side schemes, so we just discard until we get a side scheme. Okay, Captive Hope. Hope Summers cannot ready. And when revealed, she gets exhausted. Comes in with 3 threat. Alright, so we survived that round. I'm going to heal for 3 to get me back up to 8. Then Helicarrier will pay for a Ready to Rumble. And I will flip up. As I flip up, Moira McTaggart will trigger and Ready to Rumble will ready me. Okay, and then Avengers Mansion will draw me another card. We got some potential here. X-Jet will pay for a morale boost. Then, as I flipped up, I would have played Moxie. So I'm boosting my stats twice. And then Intangible interference. We'll pay for... No, we won't worry about that. I'll go ahead and thwart off Captive Hope. Then I will do 1, 2 for... Sorry. 1, 2 for Shadowcat Surprise. I deal 3 damage to him. Or... That doesn't help. Yeah, we'll just do that for 3 damage and a ready. And then a morale boost. We'll pay for a morale boost. So now I can attack him for 5 plus a boost. Or I could thwart for 5. I think I'll thwart for 5. And Beast will attack for 3. Takes him down to 4. And Beast takes a consequential. And because I did the Shadowcat Surprise, I will have flipped my phase form. And we'll ready and draw 2. Get an extra encounter card. Three, 4, 5. Kitty's Room. Phased and Confused. Energy, Airwalk, and Go All Out. Okay. Threat will go up by 1. Juggernaut's going to attack for 4 plus a boost. I am phased, so I will defend for 2, 3, 4, 5, and I take 1 indirect damage. I think I'm okay with Hope taking 1 indirect damage. So then I take no damage. And then we get our encounter cards. The first one, Surge to Creeping Willow. So I will take... I would have flipped out of phased form. So I will take 1 damage from him and be stunned. Unless... No, we'll have Beast take it. So he goes out. Beast is so kind. And then the other one is Evil Alliance. Each Nemesis minion activates against you. If no minions activated this way, place 3 pursuit counters on pursued by the pass. Puts that at 5. That would pop at 4, so this pops. After I flip this card, find your Nemesis minion and reveal it. White Queen. We get her side scheme. And then the rest gets shuffled in. Okay, fantastic. Okay. Frickin' frick. So while she's engaged with me, I'm confused. Avengers Mansion will draw me a card. Energy and X-Jet will be 3 resources to phased strike. Deal 6 damage to White Queen. She's removed. We have 3 resources of the same type to remove Juggernaut's helmet. I will have flipped into phased form, by the way, when I attacked. Helicarrier will pay for Kitty's room. And Hope will thwart the Hellfire Club. So I will search this. When defeated, the player who defeated this scheme searches the encounter deck, discard pile, and set aside area for a copy of Hellfire Pawn minion and put it into play engaged with them. Guard, Patrol, and Surge. Okay. I think I'll stay up because I'm in phased form. Already dropped 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. So it goes up by 1. Juggernaut attacks for 3 plus a boost. I'll defend. 3, 4, 5, 6. I take no damage from him. Hope will take the Creeping Willows attack and get stunned. And then I'll take 2 from the Hellfire Pawn. Counter card. Making green. They will have Surge when they come out. Okay. Awesome. I will have had to flip into solid form. Avengers Mansion will draw me a card. Helicarrier will pay for Ready to Rumble. Really love Phased and Confused to work. Don't have enough resources for it. Not when I want to do other things. Yeah, because Shadowcat Surprise is really big here. Although Solid could generate a resource for me, and X-Jet could generate a resource for me, and then I could still Phased and Confused. Okay, so Solid, X-Jet will Shadowcat Surprise to defeat the Hellfire Pawn and ready me. Then I will use these as 3 resources to phase and confuse Juggernaut. And I will, it's only 2, oh well, attack for 2 on the Creeping Willow. And flip into phased form. Ready to Rumble will discard Ready Me, and I'll thwart 2 off of Making Green. And then that will be my turn, so we'll ready. And dropped 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not terrible. Threat goes up by 1. Juggernaut would attack, but he's phased and confused. Now he's confused. Creeping Willow will attack for 1. Oh. I'll defend and take no damage. Flips me out into solid form. Counter card. I am permanently phased. So I switch to phased again. And I'll have to flip down. Great. Okay. Avengers Mansion will draw me a card. Hope will thwart 2. Power of Leadership will pay for Pixie. Pixie will grab Beast. Then these will be 4 resources to pay for Beast. And he'll get me back Strength. Although I really didn't have to do that. Oh well. Pixie will fort 1. Beast will attack the Creeping Willow. Then I'll flip down. And ready. Although this will... Would that draw me a card now? Nah. Drop to 6, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Threat will go up by 1. He would scheme, but he's confused. And counter card is Building Momentum. After you defend against an attack from Juggernaut, remove a threat from this scheme. Okay, that's not bad at all. I will exhaust to remove permanently phased from the game. And I'll use my ability to change form to solid and heal 2. I'll flip up. I'll draw a card with Moira and a card with Avengers Mansion. Strength will pay for lead from the front. Oh gosh. Just dropped my cards. With lead from the front, Hope will fort for 3. Beast will just straight up flip this guy. Flips over to side 3. Search the encounter deck and discard pile for Head of Steam and reveal it. And then if Juggernaut exposed is in play, flip it. Otherwise, give Juggernaut a tough status card. So this gets flipped. We're looking for Head of Steam. Go. Oh, I don't know why I'm shuffling the discard pile. So he gets a momentum counter and now has retaliate. So that's a bummer. But I can flip him back. This will be a mental. And then these 2 will be mentals to flip his helmet back. Now he has retaliate 0. And one, 2, 3 to pay for phase strike. Ooh. Oh man. Hold on. If I was in phased form. I could just straight up remove the head of steam without having to deal with the attack. So I won't be able to flip into phased form. Definitely want to hold on to that. Nothing that will allow me to change form. I can't attack or defend. This would... Let's hold on to these cards and we'll draw one more and ready. Threat goes up by 2 or by 1. Juggernaut will attack for 4 plus a boost. He is at 25 health, by the way. I will use Quick Shift. Flips me into phased mass form, and I'm defending. So I'll take no damage no matter what. 4, 7. Take no damage. Could I theoretically pay 7 resources? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. And then encounter card, Sinister Strike. Oh no! Place 1 pursuit counter on pursued by the past. Then the villain attacks me. So he's going to attack for... Okay, he did not have retaliate once. That's fine. Pixie will defend. So 4, 5, 6. I mean, he has retaliate something, but... yeah, so that just gives retaliate, and it would have been his helmet that gives him overkill. So he doesn't have overkill right now, which means Pixie gets defeated, but no damage comes over to me. Okay. That was the encounter card. It's my turn. I'm in phased form. I'll draw a card with Avengers Mansion. And then X-Jet. Helicarrier. And Intangible Interference will be 3 resources for a phased strike. I deal 6 damage, so that takes him down to 19. And then if I'm in phased form, which I am, I may discard an attachment with the text hero action or hero response. Hero response from that enemy. So he got that knocked off of him. That's one reason why I love Shadowcat. That does, however, flip me over into solid form. That's okay. So I'll attack for 2. And then these will be 2 resources to pay for a Shadowcat surprise to deal 3 damage. Ready me. Then I will attack for 2 again and flip into phased mass form. Then Hope will thwart. Beast will attack and deal 3. Nice. Then we'll ready and drop to 5. That does defeat Beast. Three, 4, 5. Kid Omega, Genius, Airwalk, Lockheed, and Acute Control. Threat goes up by 1. Juggernaut will attack for 4 plus a boost. I will defend. 4, 5. I take no damage because I'm in phased form. I do immediately get flipped out into solid form. Counter card is a Creeping Willow with Quick Strike. So I will take a damage and be stunned. That's fine. Avengers Mansion will draw me a card. Got it ready to rumble. Cannot attack though. But we'll go ahead and put it into play. Genius will pay for Kid Omega. I can either spend an energy resource to deal 1 damage or mental resource to remove a threat. We will do a threat with the X-Jet. These will be 2 resources to pay for Lockheed. I am in solid form, so we deal 2 damage to an enemy. And then Lockheed will attack said enemy. And Kid Omega will attack Juggernaut for 2. Ready? He doesn't have overkill, so one of our allies can defend. We'll draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We may be looking at 2 allies defending, because we do get an extra encounter card. Okay. Threat goes up by 1. Juggernaut will attack for 4 plus a boost. Lockheed will defend. 4, 5, 6. Thank you, Lockheed, for your service. And then encounter card. First one. Choose to either take the damage equal to Juggernaut's attack or place 1 momentum counter on him. I'll take a momentum counter. And then again, so I'll take another momentum counter. And that's not bad at all. I'll attack to clear my stunned and flip into phased mass form. Discard rumble, ready to rumble to ready. Avengers Mansion will draw me a card. This is kind of the combo I wanted to do, so we'll do it. We'll get a morale boost played. So my stats have been buffed up. And then I will do, let's see, I have enough. So X-Jet and Ready to Rumble will pay for lead from the front, so my stats are buffed even more. And then Beast and Shadowcat Surprise will pay for Go All Out. I will exhaust my hero and deal damage to an enemy equal to the total of my hero's thwart, attack, and defense values. So this would make it 3, 6, 9. And then we add 2 more. 10, 11. We do 11 damage to Juggernaut. And Kitty Pride Shadowcat wins against Juggernaut in a leadership build designed with morale boost, Go All Out, Moxie, and a few Ready to Rumbles. I don't think I could have done it without the allies, without paying attention to the helmet. If I messed anything up, please let me know. Yeah, I think that went pretty smooth. I think that was pretty clean. I did have a couple of pauses, so I do apologize for that. But this was a fun game. It was a fun game. Hope you guys enjoyed the deck. Let me know if you guys try it out in the comments below or if you want to try it out. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and check out the other Marvel Champions content creators in the description. Bye.